Alright, so everyone wants to make a little extra money. So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 different side hustles that no one seems to be talking about. And one of those side hustles, very few people even know exists, but they all have the potential to make you some serious money. So I remember in our last house, we had this massive eyesore right next to our bed, which was this oversized sliding glass door that we ended up removing and putting up a window instead. Now, once we removed it, we were left with that giant sliding glass door, a pile of wood, sheetrock, insulation, and a whole bunch of other junk that we needed to get rid of. So instead of me going out and renting a trailer, loading it up myself, and hauling it off to the dump, my wife actually ended up finding somebody on Facebook Marketplace that could do that job for us. So she calls them up, and a few days later, these 2 high school kids show up bright and early, and they start picking up all this junk and loading up into their truck. So when I was paying them for the work that they did, we actually got to talking, and they said they started this junk removal side hustle 2 months ago. And just within 2 months, only posting on Facebook Marketplace and word of mouth, usually they're booked up a month in advance because they only work on the weekends. And they said on a busy weekend, they could make up to $1,500 just for the single weekend and just with the bed of their truck. He said if they were willing to take jobs after school, they could make significantly more. And these numbers make complete sense because we ended up paying them $125 plus tip for 1 hour of work. They pick it up, they take it off to the dump, and it's completely out of my hair and I don't have to worry about it. I'm happy to pay for a service like this. And a lot of people are happy to pay for a service like this because junk removal is a lot of work that a lot of people aren't willing to do. Since I found out about this junk removal service, more and more people are doing it and more people are making it successful. Neighbor just moved in down the street. That's all they do. One income, and it's just a junk removal service with an old SUV and a big trailer. One of my old co-workers, he actually started a junk removal business on the side just to supplement his income, and now he's booked up way in advance. This is a very in-demand service that a lot of people are willing to pay for. Now, what makes this side hustle so great is that there is very low barrier of entry. If you have a truck, you can literally get started today. But what if you have a car? That's not a problem either, because if you have a car, what you're gonna do is you're gonna hop on over to Amazon, you're gonna buy a hitch for your car that's gonna fit it. It's gonna cost you about $150. Then you're also gonna need a receiver and ball mount to attach the trailer that we're gonna rent, which is another $30. Now we're gonna go to a place like U-Haul and rent a small utility trailer that's gonna cost you less than $20 per day. But if you're gonna do this, you wanna make sure you check the towing capacity of your car. Now for a Honda Accord, for example, it can tow up to 1,000 pounds. And if your car has a towing capacity of around this amount, you can handle a ton of small jobs and really get this side hustle off the ground and start making some real money. But let's say you spend about $200 total to get this side hustle off the ground. You get your hitch, you get your ball mount, and you rent a 4x8 utility trailer from U-Haul. Within your first job or 2, you can easily cover these expenses and already be making a profit. But now you're probably wondering, Marvin, how do I even get my first job? And this part is incredibly simple. You're gonna do the same thing as these high school kids did. You're gonna post in Facebook groups that are local to your area. You're gonna post on Facebook Marketplace. You're gonna start building your word of mouth, which I'm gonna tell you how to do, but you're also gonna post on Craigslist and any other marketplaces that you're familiar with. Now, you also wanna go to a site like Vistaprint and you wanna print out business cards and door flyers. Every time you get a sale and you get a client and you do a good job, you hand them a business card, you have some sort of incentive to promote word of mouth. Maybe give them a 10% discount for their friend and themselves for their next job, whatever it is, but give them a small discount to incentivize them to refer you to their friends. But you actually want to make sure that you're doing a great job, because if not, they're not going to refer you to anybody regardless of the incentive. Then you're going to go to local neighborhoods, you're going to walk door to door, and you're just going to put a door flyer on each door in that neighborhood that you're in. This brings in massive business to service-based jobs that are local to your area. You're going to do the same thing that house cleaners do, landscapers do, concrete workers do, and this is going to bring you in a lot of jobs. Now, once these jobs start pouring in and you actually start making some good money, reinvest back into the side hustle. Turn this side hustle from making small profits to making big profits. Get a bigger truck, get a better trailer, maybe hire an employee so you can handle bigger and bigger jobs. Once you get a big enough truck, you can do what some of these junk removal companies do, which is charge by how much space the junk is taking up in the truck. You can either charge for a half truckload or a full truckload, and some of these junk removal companies are charging just under $800 for a full truckload. You get 2 or 3 of these jobs in one day and you're going to be making some serious money. All right, so this next side hustle I like to call Old Faithful. It's been around for a very long time. It's been proven time and time again. It's incredibly simple to do and start, and it has virtually no barrier of entry. But because of all these things that I just said, most people will just write it off, forget about it, and forget the potential for how much income you can actually make by doing this side hustle. And this side hustle is actually how I got my start making money online. You see, guys, I come from a very poor background, and the only ways to make money when I was growing up that my parents would tell me was you either get a job or you go to school and you start a career. But that is the only two paths that you can take to make money in this world. So that's exactly what I did. I got into law enforcement and I was a cop for 5 years. And at the end of my law enforcement career, I was like, okay, I need to figure out something that can get me out of this line of work. My son was just born. I'm married. I don't want to miss out on my life because I'm living at work, working 60-hour weeks, being on call, taking a ton of overtime. I need to figure out something that will bring money in that I could eventually replace this income. And I looked everywhere, guys. I looked into real estate. I looked in affiliate marketing. I looked into drop shipping. And what caught my eye was this next side hustle. And I'll tell you how I evolved it to eventually replace my income. And this side hustle is reselling on eBay. You see, after I found out that this was even a thing, that next weekend, I grabbed $100 cash and I went to my local flea market. No idea what to expect, but I started just walking the aisles. I walked the aisles for about 2 hours. And I remember specifically the very first item that I bought and the very first item that I sold. And I go to this lady's table. She has a bunch of different random items. And there was this box there. And the box was in pretty good condition. I pick it up and it's these Bluetooth headphones, these old Beats headphones. Still in the box, still has a charger. Everything's in great condition. And I open up my eBay app. I search up the item and then I filter it by recently sold. And if it's selling every single day or every other day, then I know the item is going to potentially sell very quickly, which is what we want. So when I look it up, it's selling every single day, multiple times a day for between $80 and $120. I negotiate my way down to buying it for $40. When I get home, I take pictures, I post it up on eBay. I have no idea what I'm doing and it sells for $100 within the hour. Guys, when I tell you my mind was blown, my mind was literally blown at the possibility that I could start and make money online. This might seem crazy to some people, but I wasn't on YouTube researching different ways to make money because it didn't exist. But this was the spark. This was the catalyst that changed my life forever. So this also didn't include all the other items that I bought. I bought 2 different old cameras and I bought 2 Guitar Hero guitars that all sold within the week. So I ended up turning $100 and 2 hours of work into $200 profit after expenses. And guys, this was day 1, attempt 1, showing up with no clue on how to do anything or what I was doing or even if this was legitimate or not. But that's what I wanted to prove. I wanted to prove that this was a legitimate way to make money and that people were actually doing this. And this is exactly what I did. But if you don't want to start with $100 and you literally want to start with absolutely zero, you definitely can. Guaranteed there is something in your house that you no longer need, that you're no longer using, and that you could sell for a decent amount. You sell that, you flip it on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, or any other marketplaces that you're familiar with. You sell it and you get that money and then you reinvest it back into this side hustle so you can buy more inventory and sell it more frequently so that you're making more and more money. Now you want to keep doing this until you can scale this up so you can do this from home. You don't want to be running from store to store to buy items that you can go and resell. You don't want to be going to flea markets or yard sales forever. You just want to start to prove the concept, make a little money, and then evolve the business to make you some serious money, which is exactly what I did. So what started off as eBay quickly evolved into Amazon FBA. So instead of having to run all over town to buy items to resell, now I went over to Amazon FBA, took what I knew, and started working with wholesale suppliers. These are local US-based wholesale suppliers that sell name brand products that everybody knows about that are already selling. So I would, instead of running all over town, I would do it straight from my desk at home, call up these suppliers, place an order, organize the shipping so they're shipping it directly from their warehouse to the Amazon warehouse. And then once it gets to Amazon warehouse, Amazon is going to distribute it to its massive customer base. But I don't see the products, I don't touch the products, and I can do it all from the comfort of my own home. And this is actually what led me to being able to replace my old law enforcement income and actually start working for myself. If you guys are interested in more detailed video about Amazon wholesale and you want it in a step-by-step format, I actually already made that. And I'll link it at the end of this video or I'll link it down in the description so you guys can check it out. Now this next side hustle, my wife actually put me onto it. You see, a couple of months ago, her and her sister kept talking about this new store that just popped up. And they had gone a couple of times, but every time they went too late. It was already sold out completely. And when they actually got the chance to go in and actually explore the store and buy from there, they came back so excited. And guys, when I say they were so excited, it was like they just went to Disneyland or something. I was like, what is all the fuss about? Like, what's all the hype about? And they started describing the store to me. They said, all right, this is how the store works. It's almost like a treasure hunt. Every day that you go in, they're gonna have new things. You never know what they're gonna sell. And it's almost like a treasure hunt, looking into these bins and trying to find cool items that you wanna buy, or good items that are decent quality for a very, very cheap price. They said Tuesday, they're gonna start everything at $6. Everything that you see in the store is $6. Wednesday, everything's gonna go down to $4, and so on and so forth, all the way down to Saturday, where everything in the store is only 25 cents. I caught on incredibly quickly, and I was like, this is absolutely genius. Essentially what they did was they gamified an industry that people have been trying to make money in, but have failed miserably time and time again. And these guys are making a killing. They're selling out every single week. They have 18 locations, and now they have pop-up locations that are randomly announced last minute, and people are so excited to go in and spend their money. Now I'm going to tell you how they started and how you can start this business at a much smaller scale with no physical locations, but you can make some serious money. This side hustle is reselling liquidation pallets. Now, like I said, people have been trying to make money doing this business for a very long time, and they all make the same mistake. The mistake that they make is they try to buy a pallet and then they try to resell all the items individually. This takes significantly longer to go through the inventory, and not only that, you're holding on to all that inventory in your garage, in your spare bedroom, in your living room. Nobody wants to do that, especially because some of these items will never sell. So don't do that. This is how you actually make this work successfully. Now, you can go to a liquidation site like bulk.com and buy more expensive pallets, but there is more barrier of entry. This takes a lot longer. You have to worry about shipping, and shipping is very expensive because these things are very heavy. Instead, what we want to do is we want to test the concept, we want to prove the concept, and then we want to see if we enjoy it so that we can pursue it further. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on Facebook Marketplace. You're going to type in liquidation pallets for sale that are going to be all within the area that you're willing to drive to. Now, by doing this, you'll be able to get the pallet that day and go and make money that weekend if you do everything correctly. Now, when you're looking for this pallet from these people that are selling them in your local area, you want to make sure it's a mixture of items. Don't buy a pallet that's one single item, because for this strategy, mixture is king. Having an abundance of different items is going to make you more money. Now, once you purchase a pallet that's within your budget that you want to spend, you take that pallet home and you want to go through every single item. Now, everything that is worth $50 or more that you think you can sell relatively quickly online, cherry pick those items and sell them individually. Now, what are we going to do with the rest? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go onto your local swap meets website and you're going to rent a space. This is going to cost you between $30 and $60. Now, depending on the state that you're in, you may need a seller's permit, which they'll allow you to get on that website. But the reason this works significantly better is because of one simple thing: heavy foot traffic. You're gonna have hundreds and hundreds of people walking by your space, looking at all your items throughout the day with only one intention. They're only going there to buy things. You're gonna take the same strategy that we talked about earlier. Mark everything at one single price. Start everything at $6, for example. As the day goes on, drop it to $5, then to $4, then to $3. Drop it all the way down to 25 cents. And the last 30 minutes, you want to make a judgment call. Maybe make everything for free. Why would I make things free? I'm trying to make some money. Yes, absolutely. But by the end of the day, you should have made all your money back and a hefty profit. See, you already cherry picked all the individual items that you could sell for significantly more money. Now you've probably gone through all of your inventory and made the profit that you want. What is left may be items that nobody wants, that are probably never going to sell, more of these junk items. Now you can make a judgment call. Do I want to bring these home and hopefully sell them, or do I want to just get rid of them and roll over into the next pallet? That is a complete judgment call for you. But I remember as a kid, when I used to go to the flea market, we had a guy that would do exactly this. He would drop the price all day, and the last 15 to 30 minutes, he would just say everything is free, and literally all the junk would just fly off the shelves, even if people didn't want it. But then it prevented him from having to hold on to that inventory that was more junk than inventory, so he didn't have to worry about it. But there are people out there making $500, $600, $700 per day just at their local swap meet, doing this exact same side hustle. You want to roll over your profits into bigger and better pallets, and you continue to scale from there. This is literally the same strategy that those people are doing that now have 18 locations, and they're selling out on a weekly basis. All right, so now summer is right around the corner, and if you act fast, you can make some serious money. So last summer, I remember we went camping at this nearby lake. We get there, my family gets there, all of our extended family gets there, And after we get all set up, we quickly realize there is nothing to do here. There's no trails to hike, there's no stores nearby, there's nothing to really do. So my nephew starts looking up jet ski rentals. And long story short, within 1 hour, we went from having nothing to do to a jet ski in the water and having a great time. So when this guy got there who was renting out these jet skis, he had a small fleet of 4 jet skis and we got the last one. We paid $300 for the entire day. But he said, I have newer, better, faster jet skis, but those rent out for a higher rate. So I started doing the math. And let's say he averages about $400 per day across all of his jet skis. Well, if he rents them out every single weekend, just Saturday and Sunday, like he says he does during the summertime, he's making $1,600 a day. That's $3,200 a weekend. And that's $12,800 per month, only renting them out on the weekend. This doesn't include any other times during the week that he may rent them out during a busy summertime. That is an insane amount of money that you can make for renting out jet skis in your local area. You push this out for 3 months in the right location, and in 3 months, you're probably making more than some people make in an entire year. Now, this side hustle is gonna take a little bit more of an investment, and you'll probably want to be relatively close to a body of water so that you can actually have these jet skis rented out on a consistent basis. But the upside is absolutely insane. And you can actually get an old jet ski for roughly $1,000. You clean it up, make some repairs, test it out, make sure it's running properly, make it look nice, and you can start making money right away. You start marketing this on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, and you'll start getting jobs right away. Now, obviously, the newer, the better, the faster jet ski you get, the more you're gonna wanna charge, because there is gonna be things to consider like maintenance costs, wear and tear, and possible repairs that are going to need to be done from damages caused by renters. But there is an insane amount of money to make in this side hustle that nobody is really talking about, and very, very few people even know this exists. If you can get 1 jet ski, you can make decent money. The next summer, get 2 or 3 jet skis by rolling over your profits, and you will be making some insane amount of money completely on the side. Now, the key to making some serious money with this side hustle and any of the side hustles that I talked about is by reinvesting back into your business, reinvesting back into yourself to make a small side hustle income into a full-blown business that can change your life forever. But if you're taking your small profits from one job and you're spending it, and you're repeating that cycle over and over again, your side hustle will always stay just that. A small side hustle that's bringing in small amounts of money. You reinvest that back into your business and you're gonna be making some serious money in no time. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you guys did, you guys enjoyed this video and you want more videos like this, subscribe, let me know in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video.